Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. I'm so glad you decided to spend a little time with me today, because the story we're talking about has everything: romance, nostalgia, gorgeous roses, and a pair of actors whose chemistry refuses to fade. Yes, I'm talking about the one and only Elçin Sangu and Barış Arduç. Now, if you've been following Turkish television for any length of time, you already know why these two names set the internet on fire. Whenever they appear in the same headline, their on-screen magic and kirlilik was the stuff that binge-watching weekends are made of, and their off-screen rapport kept fans guessing for years, even though life took them down separate paths. Every so often we get a little reminder that their connection is still special, and that's exactly what happened this week. What the cameras caught. A handful of paparazzi photos appeared online, nothing staged, no red carpet, no fancy lighting, just a late afternoon moment in a quiet Istanbul neighborhood. In those pictures, we see Elçin leaving Barış's house. She isn't in full glam mode. No stylist trailing behind, no entourage clearing the sidewalk. She's wearing a simple linen blazer, jeans, low heels, her hair pulled back in a loose knot, and in her arms, overflowing bouquet of long-stem roses, so many that you can barely see her purse. If you zoom in on the shots, you'll notice petals scattered on the steps, almost like someone literally showered the entryway with flowers. It's the kind of detail you'd expect from a proposal scene, except it's real life, or at least that's how it looks. 2. Why fans are losing their minds. To understand the online frenzy, we have to rewind. Back in 2015, kirlilik premiered and became an overnight hit. The show's premise was simple: an ordinary woman hired to win over a wealthy heir, but the execution was electric, largely thanks to Elçin's warmth and Barış's understated humor. Week after week, viewers watched them trade playful banter that felt a little too natural to be fully scripted. Rumors of an off-camera romance started almost immediately. Publicists denied it. Interviews stayed carefully neutral. But fans believed. When the series wrapped, no official relationship was ever confirmed. Elçin moved on to new projects. Barış married screenwriter-actor Gups Zay in an intimate ceremony that surprised nearly everyone. Gossip cooled, but it never completely disappeared because genuine chemistry is hard to forget. 3. So what changed? Fast forward to now. According to industry insiders, Barış recently wrapped filming on a dramatic miniseries. Production finished early, freeing up more personal time than he's had in years. Meanwhile, Elçin has been selective with her roles. She's turned down 3 scripts in 6 months, telling friends she's waiting for material that feels right. In other words, both actors suddenly have space in their schedules and, maybe more importantly, space in their lives for old friendships to resurface. Add to that a nearly silent social media exchange. About 2 weeks before the rose incident, Barış posted a photo of a single red bloom in a glass of water. Caption: "Patience grows its own flowers." The reference was vague enough to slide under most radars, but Elçin liked the post within minutes. Fans noticed, screenshots circulated, hashtags trended, but no statements followed. 4. Inside the house, what sources say. Naturally, everyone wants to know what happened behind those closed doors before the photographers arrived. To separate crew members from kirlilik speaking off the record claim that Barış has held onto several pieces of memorabilia from the show, including the small wooden clapperboard used on the final day of shooting. The story goes that when Elçin stopped by, they ended up reminiscing, flipping through old production stills, and talking for hours. One source says the roses weren't prearranged by a florist but were delivered earlier that morning, as a thank you for Elçin's help reading through a script Barış is considering. Another source insists the flowers came from Barış himself, ordered the night before after a phone call stretched past midnight. Both accounts agree on one point. The meeting was private, personal, and entirely unexpected even to close friends of the pair. 5. Media spin versus real emotions. Tabloids have already framed the photos as evidence of a rekindled romance. Headlines scream back together and secret love nest. But let's pause. People reunite for many reasons: closure, friendship, nostalgia, or maybe to explore what timing once denied. What we know for sure is that roses are rarely casual. They signify affection, apology, celebration, or desire, sometimes all at once. Could this be a marketing stunt? Unlikely. Neither Barış nor Elçin has a new joint project to promote. Could it be a simple gesture of friendship? Possible. But the scale of the flowers suggests something more deliberate. 6. Fan reactions. Scrolling through comment sections is like paging through emotions in real time. I shipped them in 2016. And here we are again. My heart can't take this. Wait, isn't Barış still married? This feels messy. Maybe they're just friends celebrating a milestone. The chemistry never died. Let love win. That last question about Barış's marital status deserves a quick factual note. Industry journalists confirm that Barış and Gups have kept their relationship extremely private. Since day one, no official separation has been announced. Whether they're happily together, quietly apart, or somewhere in between remains unknown. So we are in strongly speculative territory. 7. Where do we go from here? A public statement is unlikely. Both actors historically avoid clarifying personal rumors unless they spiral out of control. Instead, watch for subtle clues. Joint appearances at low-key industry events, similar Instagram aesthetic shifts, colors, quotes, locations, coordinated travel schedules that only eagle-eyed fans can spot. If something bigger is happening, it will reveal itself slowly, in glimpses, exactly the way we just witnessed outside Barış's front door. 8. Why this story matters. Beyond the gossip, there's a deeper undercurrent that captivates people. The idea of second chances. Seeing to individuals who once shared undeniable spark potentially circle back to each other gives audiences hope. Hope that timing can change. Hope that feelings can survive distance. Hope that life sometimes writes sweeter plot twists than television. And that's why we care. Not for scandal, not for clicks though. Let's be real. The internet loves a good mystery, but because stories like this mirror our own desires. To be remembered, to be chosen, to be given another shot at something that once felt unfinished. 9. Closing thoughts. So, is it friendship? Is it love reborn? Or is it the prelude to a professional reunion that just happens to smell like 200 long-stem roses? Only Elçin and Barış know for sure, and they're not talking yet. In the meantime, let's appreciate the moment for what it is: a snapshot of possibility, a reminder that hearts have their own timelines, and sometimes those timelines loop back in the most cinematic ways imaginable. Thank you so much for watching. If this story sparked your curiosity or stirred up some nostalgia, hit that like button, subscribe for more deep dives into the real lives behind your favorite stars, and join the conversation in the comments below. Until next time, take care of yourself, stay curious, and remember, love stories are rarely over when the credits first roll.